Good afternoon, dear students. I welcome you all back to the class. Hope you all have done MCQ class test well. Let us move on to another unit, Unit 2, that is carbohydrate metabolism. The major part of biochemistry is metabolic processes. In that we will be discussing about carbohydrate metabolism. We all have already learned well about what are carbohydrates, what is the classification, biological role, chemical nature, everything we have discussed about carbohydrates. Now let's move on to with that aim. We'll be moving on to the metabolic pathways by carbohydrates. Okay. In that part 1 we are going to discuss today. The contents of today's discussion are under glycolysis, pathway of glycolysis, energetics of glycolysis, and significance of it. These are the three subtitles under glycolysis pathway we are going to discuss. Glycolysis is the metabolic pathway under carbohydrate metabolism. In that pathway of glycolysis, energetics and significance. These all we are going to discuss. Before moving on to carbohydrate metabolism, that is glycolysis, let's see what are metabolic reactions. Metabolic reactions comprises of two types, that is catabolic and anabolic reactions. What are catabolic reactions? Breakdown of molecules called catabolism. Then they are exergonic in nature. We have already discussed under enzymes what are exergonic reactions. Just recollect the points. And catabolic reactions are building blocks for anabolic processes. Catabolic reactions are building blocks for anabolism. So what is anabolism? It is a synthetic process where catabolism is breakdown process, anabolism is synthetic process, and it is the nature of endergonic reaction, and it uses energy for building a molecule. Okay. And what is the main aim of anabolic reactions? They are building blocks to build large molecules. So this is about catabolic and anabolic reactions of metabolic processes. So metabolism is of two types, catabolism and anabolism. Let's see what is glycolysis. Glycolysis is the catabolic process. So it is coming under catabolism, by which glucose is divided into two molecules of pyruvate. Glucose, you know the structure of glucose, I hope. Glucose is converted to two molecules of pyruvate. Okay. And glycolysis is considered as a linear pathway of 10 enzymes mediated steps. It is a linear pathway. You have to differentiate this pathway with cycle type pathway. It is linear pathway of 10 enzyme mediated steps. And glycolysis is the first step in carbohydrate metabolism, the end result of which is the conversion of glucose to carbon dioxide and water. So it is the preliminary step in carbohydrate metabolism. At last, through all metabolic process of carbohydrates, we will be getting carbon dioxide and water. So glucose will be finally converted to carbon dioxide and water. So this is about glycolysis. What is glycolysis? What is the nature of glycolysis pathway? What is the molecule is through catabolic processes? What are the products formed from glucose? This comprises about glycolysis. Let's see the two important aspects of glycolysis. Where does glycolysis occur in the cell? Where does glycolysis occur in the cell? In eukaryotic cell. In cytosol. Cytosol is nothing but cytoplasm of the cell. And what is the other name or acronym for glycolysis as per its discoverers? It is as per its discoverers, it is called as EMP pathway. E stands for Embden, M stands for Meyerhof, and P stands for Parnas. Embden, Meyerhof, Parnas pathway. So it is shortly called as EMP pathway. And it is another term also is there for glycolysis. It is catabolic pathway and oxidative pathway. It comes under oxidative process. So it is otherwise called as oxidative pathway also. Let's see what are the two phases of glycolysis pathway. First one is energy investment phase or preparatory phase, where energy is used for catabolic processes. And next one is second phase is energy generation phase or payoff phase. Energy generation phase or payoff phase. So whatever energy utilized in the first phase is generated in the second phase. So there are two phases we will be discussing under glycolysis pathway. And glycolysis pathway has two phases: energy investment phase and energy generation phase. So surely by means of glycolysis pathway we will get energy from carbohydrate molecule. Let's see what are the three stages of glycolysis pathway. First stage is glucose is trapped and destabilized. In the second stage, two interconvertible 3-carbon molecules are generated by cleavage of 6-carbon fructose. From 6-carbon, 3-carbon molecules are 2 3-carbon molecules are formed, and those two are interconvertible. That is obtained from fructose. You know, fructose and glucose all are 6-carbon moieties. And in the third stage, ATP is generated. ATP is what? Energy currency of the cell. So when ATP is generated from the cell, you will get energy for workout. Static functions, you will be getting energy. And ATP gives free energy of minus 7.3 kilocalories per mole. As we have discussed under bioenergetics, you just go through what is the role of ATP, and it is generated from glycolysis pathway. Let's see what are the two types of glycolysis pathway: aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic means with oxygen, or in presence of oxygen, glycolysis pathway is taken place. Where in anaerobic glycolysis, no oxygen, or in absence of oxygen, anaerobic glycolysis is taken place in the cell. Where it is taking place glycolysis? In cytosol or cytoplasm. Now let's move on to the pathway, glycolysis pathway. There are various formats I have given, nearly 3 formats I have given for your understanding purpose. Let's see the first format of glycolysis, glucose. See the preparation phase. The first phase, it has two phases: preparation phase and payoff phase. Energy investment phase and energy generation phase. In the first phase, glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate. Then glucose 6-phosphate is converted to fructose 6-phosphate. Then fructose 1,6-biphosphate. Then glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. These two are 3-carbon molecules, where glucose is 6-carbon moiety is now converted here to 3-carbon moieties. This is intermediate. These two are intermediates, from which the payoff phase is started. It gives 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. These 3-carbon moieties are giving glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate of 2 molecules. Then from which 1,3-biphosphoglycerate is obtained. Then 3-phosphoglycerate, 2-phosphoglycerate, phosphoenol pyruvate and pyruvate. These are the products formed, intermediates formed in the glycolysis pathway. Substrate is glucose, end product is pyruvate. In case of aerobic glycolysis, end product is pyruvate. Where in anaerobic glycolysis, end product will be lactate. Pyruvate will be converted to lactate in anaerobic. The anaerobic means in absence of oxygen. Observe what are the enzymes used in each step. These are most important. Wherever you find kinase enzyme, there will be involvement of ATP. And this type of phosphorylation process is called as substrate level phosphorylation. When kinase is the enzyme involved in the metabolic process, the phosphorylation process is called as substrate level phosphorylation. And see, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, it has NADH. This oxidative phosphorylation. It is example for oxidative. There also NADH also generates ATP, but it comes under oxidative phosphorylation. So in glycolysis, you can come across two types of phosphorylation process to generate ATP. One is substrate level, another one is oxidative phosphorylation. Let's discuss in the next slide about glycolysis more. Here you can find the format 2 with the structure of all the molecules, substrate, intermediates and product of glycolysis. Can observe what are the structural changes occurs during the pathway and how much free energy is utilized or released in the pathways mentioned. Observe, write it down in the notebook for better understanding, so that you will remember all the structures and names also. Definitely in the notebook you write and check about the reactions. Okay. It contains 10 reactions, 10 steps. It is mentioned, see, that you have to remember. Glycolysis has 10 steps. And here is the format 3 for glycolysis pathway. It is given for easy remembering during exams. But you cannot write as such like this with structure. The format 2 must be followed during your exams. Format 2 of glycolysis pathway I have given now. In that format you need to write in the exams. Or else at least format 1 you can follow. But this is short terms are used. It is not standard short terms. Just for understanding and remembering purpose, this pathway I have focused here. Every pathways has the same only, same molecules, same steps, 10 steps, ATP involvement, everything is same. But for easy understanding it is given. Let's see what are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic glycolysis. Where aerobic glycolysis takes place, the site of aerobic glycolysis is cytoplasm of all tissues. Site of anaerobic is RBCs and skeletal muscles. End products of aerobic is pyruvate, where anaerobic is lactate. Energy production for aerobic is 8 ATP molecules. Through anaerobic only 2 ATP molecules. Lactate is not needed for aerobic, where in anaerobic lactate is needed. This is the difference. These are all the differences for aerobic and anaerobic glycolysis. Let's move on to importance of glycolysis in aerobic condition and anaerobic condition. Which one is useful to get energy? Aerobic or anaerobic? Aerobic only. What is the end product in aerobic? Pyruvate. What is the end product in anaerobic? Lactate. See the pathway, lactate is not involved in any ATP generation, or it is not further processed. Once lactate is formed with the 2 ATP molecules, it is not taken for further pathway or further catabolic process, where pyruvate is moved on to mitochondria and it is converted to acetyl-CoA for the next cycle, that is called as TCA cycle. We will be discussing that in the next class. Where TCA cycle produces, that is also oxidative pathway, produces more than 30 ATPs from pyruvate. Already pyruvate formation itself produced 8 ATP, and through TCA cycle we will be getting 30 ATPs. See how much energy we are getting through aerobic glycolysis. So which one is most important? Aerobic glycolysis, through which we can get more energy in the form of ATP. Not by means of anaerobic, which is not achieved by means of anaerobic glycolysis. So in absence of oxygen only, anaerobic glycolysis is taking place. So apart from general aerobic and anaerobic, what are other aerobic and anaerobic types of glycolysis are there? There are 3 phases of pyruvate produced by glycolysis. One is anaerobic and aerobic. In anaerobic there are 2 types. One is lactic acid fermentation, another one is alcoholic fermentation, that is lactic acid formation and alcoholic formation. The pyruvate by means of lactate dehydrogenase enzyme, it gives lactate. Where by means of acetaldehyde enzyme, it gives alcohol, that is ethanol. So pyruvate in absence of oxygen, it may be converted to lactate or alcohol. In aerobic condition only it is forming, means pyruvate is only way it is going for TCA cycle through the formation of acetyl CoA, and citric acid cycle is processed through oxidative phosphorylation process. That is totally oxidative pathway for generation of high levels of ATPs. Where anaerobic respiration is not producing more ATPs, only 2 ATPs we can expect from anaerobic. There is of 2 types, lactic acid formation and alcoholic formation. So from the pathways itself you should have understood how many ATPs by aerobic and anaerobic state are obtained, and by what enzyme at a reaction energy is utilized or energy is generated is given here. Can observe how much energy is produced and what is the total amount of ATP is produced for a molecule of pyruvate. Okay. If it is double, the molecule is double, then the energy also will be doubled. Let's move on to significances of glycolysis pathway. There are 3 main significances of glycolysis pathway. Glycolysis is the principal route for glucose metabolism and the metabolism of other hexoses, fructose and galactose. And second significance is its ability to function under anaerobic condition is of significance, as it allows skeletal muscle to function and survive under anoxic episodes by providing ATP. So it allows skeletal muscle to function and survive under anoxic. Anoxic means in absence of oxygen, by providing ATP. So anaerobic also has importance, anaerobic glycolysis in RBCs and skeletal muscles, where aerobic is not taken place in the body. So where energy is required for those organs, that is achieved from anaerobic glycolysis only. And next significance is in pathological conditions like fast growing cancer cells, glycolysis proceeds at a higher rate than the requirement of TCA cycle, due which the large amounts of pyruvate formed gets converted to lactate, producing a local acidic environment in the tumors. So in tumor condition, definitely more lactate will be formed, and so that it is acidic in nature, so it creates a lactic acidosis, the condition called lactic acidosis, and the lactate dehydrogenase enzyme level also will be increased. So that is the diagnostic enzyme for cancer also, like LDH. Okay. So these are 3 significances of the glycolysis pathway. And here I have focused an image of biological importance of glycolysis. It is also to be included under significances of glycolysis pathway. There are 4 importance. First one is energy production. Glycolysis involves in energy production through anaerobic 2 and aerobic 8 ATPs, and oxygenation of tissues through formation of 2,3-biphosphoglycerate, which decreases the affinity of hemoglobin to oxygen. And then provides important intermediates. The 2 intermediates are called as dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 3-phosphoglycerate, where dihydroxyacetone phosphate gives glycerol 3-phosphate, which is used for the synthesis of triacyl glycerols and phospholipids. So it is playing important role in the generation of lipids, that means lipogenesis. And then 3-phosphoglycerate used for synthesis of amino acids, mainly serine, amino acid called serine. Then pyruvate formation, which can be used in the synthesis of amino acid alanine. So from pyruvate, alanine is formed, amino acid synthesis. It plays the important mediates, intermediates formed in glycolysis are used in synthesis of other molecules also, alanine, serine, lipids, likewise. Then aerobic glycolysis provides the mitochondria with pyruvate, which gives acetyl-CoA for Krebs cycle. So pyruvate only involves in Krebs cycle by forming acetyl-CoA. So these are the biological importance of glycolysis. So with this we are coming to the end of discussion on glycolysis pathway. So what are the things we have discussed? About carbohydrate metabolism, what is metabolism, what are the different types of metabolism, what is glycolysis, what are the different categories of glycolysis, and what is the brief pathway about the glycolysis pathway, then energetics of glycolysis pathway, how much energy is produced from pathways, aerobic and anaerobic we have discussed, and then significances of glycolysis pathway. So, I'll come with another pathway of carbohydrate metabolism in the next class. So we'll be discussing in the part 2 of carbohydrate metabolism. Thank you all for patient listening. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts regarding enzymes or any clarification, you can refer the book, Satyanarayana book. I have sent you the PDF in the classroom app. Just download and you can read the topic also in the book. Thank you so much.